Laziness was a huge thing that I used to struggle with in my life. So, I want to share with you guys how I was able to get over that because I know so many of you are struggling with the same thing. I know that there's so many of you that want to get things done. You want to start going to the gym, you want to start waking up early, you want to complete that task that you keep saying that you're going to do. But for the life of you, you just can't seem to do it. Like you literally have no motivation inside of you to do it. And then the end of the day comes and you get so mad at yourself because you see that you just wasted your day without doing anything that you said that you were going to do. And then you tell yourself, tomorrow I'm for sure going to do it. And then tomorrow comes and you don't do it again. So, let me tell you guys how you're going to get over that to the point where you can't stand the idea of not getting anything done throughout the day. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to start with, I guess, what you would call my testimony. So, a few years ago, I reached a point in my life where I struggled with laziness and not being productive to the point where I would scroll on my phone for literal hours all day. When I tell you it was all day, it was all day. So I would fall asleep like around 1, 2 in the morning. And for some reason, for a lot of nights, I would wake up a few hours later and I could not go back to sleep. So naturally, you bring out your phone in hopes that you're going to fall asleep. But next thing you know, it's 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. You guys, it would be 8 in the morning. And at this point, I would be scrolling for 4 or 5 hours. At this point, I'm like, okay, I have work later. I have to get things done. So I need to force myself to go to sleep. And at this point, I was smoking a lot. So I go outside, I pack myself a little bowl, I smoke, I come back inside, crawl into bed, and force myself to go back to sleep. So a few hours later, it's 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and I still have no motivation to get up. Like, there was nothing that I looked forward to in my day. So I would just pull my phone out, lay in bed, and scroll for another hour, 2 hours. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, it's getting late. I have to go to work or I have to get whatever done, even though I would never get that thing done. So I would force myself to get out of bed, have breakfast. And while I'm having breakfast, guess what I would do? I would pull my phone out and scroll a little longer. And for the life of me, even though there was like a voice that would always scream inside me to put your phone down, you have to get this done, you have to go to work, you're not going to be able to get anything done before work. Put your phone down, get up. You guys, I could not get up for the life of me. Like, this phone addiction thing is no joke, it's a literal thing. I really hope you guys can't hear my dog barking. The same way you get addicted to substances, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, you get addicted to your phone. Like, it's a literal thing. So, anyways, I would finally have to put my phone down because I had to go to work. I had no choice. I would get ready, I would go to work, I would come back, I would lay back in my bed and scroll some more. It's 1, 2 in the morning, fall back asleep, and repeat the same cycle for days and days and days. This went on for a good while. I had no motivation, no reason to get up. And this leads me to my next point: depression. So, a lot of you guys are probably being really hard on yourself and really mean to yourself, calling yourself lazy, getting mad at yourself, when in reality, you might be dealing with something a lot deeper, like depression. Now, I am not a certified doctor. I'm not a certified psychologist. I might not know what the heck I'm even talking about. This is just from my own personal experience, from what I've realized, from the things that I've researched, from other people's experiences that lead me to believe that your laziness could simply be depression. So, this is just something that I Googled, and it is the definition of depression. Signs of depression include persistent sadness, tearfulness or emptiness, irritability, and fatigue, difficulty concentrating, feeling of worthlessness, guilt, and hopelessness. In some cases, thoughts of death or suicide. So, reading that back, I realized that I struggled with 90% of that stuff. And it's really scary to think about because at the time I had no idea that I was going through depression. I did reach one point in my life where I was absolutely tired. I was absolutely over being sad, over being unproductive, over being mean to myself. I was super mean to myself, calling myself all kinds of names, putting myself down. That's just another symptom of depression, I think. I truly believe that if you are struggling with laziness and no motivation, it's probably because you're depressed. And if it's not because you're depressed, you just don't have anything to look forward in your day to day life. Like I said, I'm not a professional. It doesn't mean I'm right. That's just my own personal opinion and beliefs. During this laziness era of mine, I was going through a lot. So, looking back at it, it makes sense why I was depressed. I'll share just a little bit about it, but I don't want to make this video exactly about that. But I do feel like it'll give some context to what I'm saying. So at the time, it was during COVID. So obviously, the whole world is shut down. You have no choice but to be in your home, in your head, and on your phone. When you're used to doing this every single day, you build a routine out of things. And that's the thing. Once you build a routine, it's hard to get out of that routine. But at the same time, I had just left a 10-year relationship that was very toxic for me. The hard part was that I didn't want to leave him. I still wanted to be in the relationship and I still loved him very much. But I knew that it wasn't healthy for me. And at the same time that I was going through that, I had also just lost my brother in a very tragic way. So I was grieving the end of my relationship and I was grieving my brother. And it was COVID. I moved back home after leaving that relationship. So it was a very, very tough time. I was also drinking a lot, smoking a lot, and just being on my phone a lot. So it only makes sense why I was depressed. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about how to start working towards increasing your motivation, but most importantly, how to bring happiness back into your life. Because happiness is the key to motivation. So, first things first is you have to lose everything that's bringing you down, everything that's making you sad. That includes losing your bad habits like smoking weed, drinking alcohol, being on your phone all the time. It includes leaving that relationship that you've been stuck on that just brings you down, that is not good for you, that's toxic for you. It includes leaving that job that you hate so much. And this might sound a little harsh, but it could be something like hating your body and you're not doing anything about it. It includes losing that victim mentality that you've gotten yourself used to. Everything that's bringing you down, everything that doesn't serve you, you need to let it go for the life of you. Let it go. As soon as you start bringing happiness back into your life, as soon as you start bringing things that you look forward to, as soon as you start making progress, you slowly get more and more motivation to do things. Just like everything in life, it takes practice, it takes discipline. And I know. It's easier said than done. I know that every day you're fighting to be that best version of yourself, but something inside you just can't do it. So now I'm going to tell you how to complete these tasks, how to get out of that situation that you're in, how to finally take that step and just start doing it. So the first thing I'm going to say is hold yourself accountable. Not just hold yourself accountable, but make yourself accountable. So, for example, when I wanted to start being consistent in the gym, I could not for the life of me get myself there. And if I did, let's say I went and I made it one day, I would go one day and then go the whole rest of the month without going. So, what did I do? I hired a personal trainer. So now I'm accountable to make it to the gym. I paid all this money, so now I'm forced to make it into my session. I had a personal training session 3 times a week. Once you start getting into a routine, once you start being consistent in things, it just gets easier. That's just how it works. The same way you build a routine of being lazy, of not doing anything, of scrolling on your phone, of sleeping late, of not being productive, is the same way that you build a routine to do the opposite of it. Another example is if you want to start waking up early. That's another accomplishment that I wanted to do. But like I told you guys earlier, I would not be up starting my day until 2 p.m., 3 p.m. even. So, what I did is I purposely started making plans in the morning. I had this friend who would be up really early and she wanted to start going to the gym, but she could only go to the gym at 8 in the morning. To me, that was super early. I had to be up at 7 in the morning to get ready and make it there on time. But because I wanted to so bad and I know that I couldn't do it on my own, I purposely would tell her, "Yes, I'll meet you." I purposely made a plan to meet her at 8 in the morning. So then the next morning, when my alarm went off, I had no choice but to get up and meet her. Another thing was my mom would ask me to take my little sister to school. And I would make all the excuses in the world, like, no, I got off work late, or no, I'm tired in the morning. But because I really wanted to get up early in the morning and I know that I couldn't do it on my own, I also purposely made a plan to tell my mom, "Yes, mom, I'll take her." So when my alarm would go off the next morning, my mom would go to work, my sister was still here, and I had to get up and take her. You see what I mean? You're holding yourself accountable. You're purposely setting yourself up for success. Okay, another thing that I'm going to share with you guys, and I swear is a life changer. It's one of the most life changing things that I've ever done in my life. And I'm so, so thankful for it. And I'm never going to stop doing it because this is literally the only way that I can function. And I tell everybody to do it. And that is to start a to do list. When I tell you guys, you're going to get so much done when you actually write things down and make a to do list. Please do it. Come back and tell me how it changed your life because it truly changed my life and I just can't do life without it. My brain was so scattered all the time because I went so long without not doing anything, so long with wanting to do things with my life and not being able to do it. I had so many goals and so many things that I wanted to get done that I had no idea where to start. And whenever I would say I'm going to do it the next day and the next day would come and I wouldn't have it on paper, I just had so much going on that I had no idea where to start. So I started a to do list and I organized my day. And when I tell you guys, I would get so much done. I would get so much done in one day just by planning it out than I got done in like a whole month. The little things that seem so hard for me to get done, just by writing it down and putting it on my to do list, it got done. And the feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day when you're checking off everything that you did is incredible. It brings so much confidence to yourself. It just shows you because it's literally on paper and it just shows you all the things that you're capable of doing. And by the end of the week, you got all these things done and you have like your to-do list to prove it. And it just like brings some sort of like confirmation and satisfaction. It's incredible, you guys. A to-do list is so important. So one of the last things I'll share with you guys is to just do it. Even when your mind is telling you not to, even when you're filling your head with the most believable excuses and you're telling yourself not to, just do it. That's literally the key. Just do it. When you don't want to do it, just do it. You will be surprised of all the things that you are capable of getting done just by being disciplined, just by doing it, just by following your to do list. You literally program yourself to get things done that way. But lastly, I just want to share that the most important thing that helped me through this, the thing that supernaturally gave me strength, and that thing is prayer. When I tell you guys, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed to be this ultimate version of myself, to have motivation, to lose my depression. God started just working wonders in my life. I don't even have enough time to tell you guys all the wonders He's worked in my life. I'm definitely going to save that for another video. I really hope that you found this helpful. I do plan to make more videos like this. I've been through a lot in my life that you guys can't even imagine. And I don't know, I just feel the need to start making videos like this. I feel like it's a calling that I've been having. And I promise myself to start being dedicated here on YouTube on making these type of videos. If this did help you, if you did like this video, please let me know down in the comments and please share it with someone that you think this would help, someone that would benefit from it, somebody that's struggling. I hope that you choose yourself always, choose your happiness, love yourself, and be disciplined, and love God, and pray. Okay, enough chit chatting. I will talk to you guys later.